Picture this. It's the day before a big government test. You get home about 3:30 and you have a quick snack before you start studying. You study until 8 o'clock with a quick break for dinner, then you do your other homework and take a shower. At about 9 or 9:30, you end up going to bed. You wake up at 6:30, you feel refreshed, and you eat a bagel on your way to school. There's no need for caffeine or a cold shower to rinse away your exhaustion. Sounds reasonable, right? Actually, this is a pretty rare occurrence. Flashback to the day before your government test. To make this more realistic, you also have a physics test tomorrow. And you have soccer practice after school, so you don't get home until 5:30. You eat dinner, take a shower. Now it's 6:30. You do your other homework. Now it's 8:30. Then you start studying Galvani and Volta and Leyden jars and terminals. At about 10 o'clock, it's time to start studying government. You study until 12 o'clock or 1 a.m. because, like most government students at George Walton, you have somewhere between a C plus and an A minus, and to keep a grade in this range, studying, and a lot of it, is essential. And if you're like me, you might even wake up at 5 a.m. to do a little more studying with the help of 2 or 3 cups of coffee. So that's a little more realistic, right? Although well-roundedness is beneficial, students in this day and age, especially those in private schools, have trouble balancing their extracurricular activities with their studies, often stretching themselves too thin in an effort to strengthen their resumes and stand out from their peers. So, while it's important to work hard, that's not the issue here. The issue is that students are working themselves too hard. There's a fine line between being busy and being so busy that you barely have time to breathe. So while we should strive to do our best and be involved in all kinds of activities, we should remember that we shouldn't do this at the expense of our own well-being. So why do students feel so pressured to be perfect? Well, we've all had the same idea impressed upon us since before we can remember. You have to be the best. You have to have the best test grades, the best scores on the SAT. You have to be involved in the most activities. That's the only way to succeed, right? We've all heard it before. So, show of hands, how many of you get less than 8 hours of sleep on a regular basis? The Nationwide Children's Hospital dictates that a teenager should get between 9 and 9.5 hours of sleep each night. In your dreams, right? How many of you drink coffee every morning? Okay, a few. A study published in PLOS One indicates that coffee could interfere with the deep sleep that is necessary to promote brain development. Do we really want to be attentive today at the risk of our brains tomorrow? So, I ask you, what can we do to fix this conundrum of too much to do and too little time? Well, from personal experience, I know that sleeping less and drinking coffee is not a sustainable solution. So I did some research. I discovered 5 ways to maximize productivity. First, utilize all of your time. HowToLearn.com says that the hours between 3 and 6 are the most wasted of the day. If you're free during these hours, get your homework and your studying done. 2, split up your work. This means your brain prefers shorter increments of work as opposed to 2-hour-long homework marathons. So work for 20 minutes, take a break, work for 20 more. Reasonable. 3, don't procrastinate. When you have a couple of hours of free time, rare, use it to start studying for that test that you have in 3 days, rather than binge watching The Office on Netflix. 4, be healthy. Studies have shown that eating cleaner improves your ability to concentrate, and exercising while exhausting clears your mind. So when you have time, go for a run and eat an apple over potato chips. 5, relax. Read a good book, take a bath, pet your dogs, or simply imagine Elvis Presley is singing Emily Dickinson's I Taste a Liquor Never Brewed to the tune of Love Me Tender. So, in conclusion, be your most productive self. Utilize your time, split up your work, don't procrastinate, be healthy, and relax. Don't worry about being the best. Worry about being your best.